Hey guys, I'm back. Now you're probably wondering, what happened to that alien Snuggie that tried to take over my brain? Let's just say I have contacts. But today I'm going to take, normally I show you all my DVDs. Now I'm going to show you all the CDs that I have stacked up in my big racks over here. You probably can't see, but I'm going to show you anyway. I'm going to go through them in order. First CD I have is The Fray. Now, I love The Fray. They're probably my second best to Cute Is What We Aim For. My favorite band. And this CD especially is really great. It has some great hits like You Found Me and Never Say Never, which was in Transformers 2. We'll get to that later. This one, there seems to be this fad going on. All the CD cases are now like cardboard with a CD like tucked in. CD's like tucked in here. You gotta slide it out, and CD's pretty scratched up because of that. You gotta slide it in there. And I'm not totally crazy about that. Same thing with this next CD, Forever the Sickest Kids, The Weekend Friday. And this is a really cool EP. It's got some great weekend songs, some great, awesome rock out songs, and the packaging for this one is really clever. It opens up, it's a calendar. And of course, as you can see, Friday is a big day. And this came out like a year ago, and we still haven't had The Weekend Saturday. I've heard they're going to make it like, instead of an EP, a full-length CD. But I don't know. And something you'll notice about me really quick, is that I have a habit of collecting soundtracks to movies, because I love movies so much, and I love music so much. I like hearing music from movies. So I have the soundtracks to my favorite movies of all time, Transformers and Transformers Revenge of the Fallen. And I got a spot reserved for the Transformers 3 soundtrack when that comes out. And of course I love the music on here. I also have the score for Transformers 2. I'm trying to get the score for Transformers 1. Steve Jablonsky's score is just really amazing and really memorable. And this introduced me to some really great songs, really great music, like Taking Back Sunday. It has Capital M.E. on here, which is one of my favorite songs ever. And as I said, it has The Fray on here, the All American Rejects, great bands. There might be a pause for a while I go get the next CD. And as I showed you before, I have both of Cute Is What We Aim For CDs. I already made a whole video about these guys, so not much to say here. And this one's really cool. It's Taking Back Sunday, New Again. This has Capital M.E. on it and some other really great songs. It's my favorite song, Where My Mouth Is, Swing, and Cut Me Up, Jenny. And this, I got this deluxe edition that opens up like this, and it has a DVD inside. And the DVD features a track-by-track commentary with the band, and some hilarious behind-the-scenes photos of them at a photo shoot. There's some pretty wacky stuff. I also showed this in another video. This is the Digimon soundtrack. Very rare, very hard to find. I found this at Barnes & Noble, of all places. And this is cool because not only does this have the songs from Digimon the movie, like the amazing version of Kids in America. In my opinion, this is the best version of Kids in America. All of the songs after this are just disasters. And don't even get me started on the Jonas Brothers gut butchering of it. But not only does this have the songs from the movie, but it has all the songs from the TV series as well. They're hidden on here. After the last song on the soundtrack, there's a 30-second gap, and then they have all the new songs, including the original Digimon theme song, which you probably wouldn't discover it unless I had said something about it, but if you plug it into your computer, those songs will show up as untitled. And it's got a really cool disc design. It's got just the D, and this very complicated fold-out poster, which takes forever to fold back in. It's got the Digidestined on the back. Being a Digimon freak, I had to have this. Another sound... It's going to be soundtracks. A lot of soundtracks for the next few ones. This is for Clock Stoppers, which is one of my all-time favorite movies. This is probably the best soundtrack I've ever heard. It's got Smash Mouth, Blink-182, Uncle Kracker, Phoenix TX, Sugar Ray, Simple Plan, New Found Glory, Third Eye Blind, and some spectacular songs. Especially the Phoenix TX song, A Song for Everyone, which I'd say is about right. It's a song anyone can enjoy. If you haven't seen this movie, check it out, and definitely, if you can, find the soundtrack and get it, because the soundtrack this is one of the best soundtracks I've ever heard. But it doesn't have First Date by Blink-182. You gotta buy that separately, apparently. And of course, I have the Titan AE soundtrack, which I got off Amazon. Again, not much to say here. I already showed this in another video. It's got some pretty cool songs. I think the coolest songs on here are Cosmic Castaway by Electricity, Karma Slave by Splashdown, and Everything Under the Stars by Fun Lovin' Criminals. And so another one I got, the Warped Tour. Again, a lot of these I've already showed in other videos, like the Somerset, Love Like This. Sadly unautographed, because blame my Aunt Jacqueline. Because no, actually, don't blame my Aunt Jacqueline. Blame the band that was playing right while the Somerset was signing autographs. So it was blasting so loud she couldn't hear me. I got Hey Monday's CD. This also is not autographed because I hadn't bought it at the time I met them. And it's good songs, but if you play them on your iPod, they're insanely loud. So whenever you're listening to a Hey Monday song off the CD, turn your iPod volume down a bit. For some reason, it's really, really loud. There's the Pretty Reckless EP. I'm not going to show that because I already showed you guys. I got Metro Station CD. I also heard they just recently broke up, which is kind of sad because they only released one CD. It's always sad when the band only releases one CD before they break up. The Metro Station was pretty great. And this is a pretty cool one. I got this autographed. It's Cavo's CD, Bright Nights and Dark Days. I got this autographed when I saw them in concert along with Lifehouse and Daughtry. To my knowledge, Lifehouse and Daughtry weren't signing autographs because they're pretty big. What's kind of sad is that when I was going to get their autograph, the line for the women's bathroom was longer than the line to get their autographs. I got up there and like that, and the women's bathroom line went all the way around. But I got it autographed, and they explained to me that Cavo is Latin for hollow, which is something I learned. This is another one I was lucky to find. I found this at Fred Meyer. It's the Space Jam soundtrack. Yes, really. Little known fact about the soundtrack, it went double platinum, which is very cool. This has a lot of great hip-hop and R&B tracks on here. It has Seal's version of Fly Like an Eagle, the Monstars anthem, Hit 'em High, and a really cool Coolio song that sadly was not in the movie. If you can find this, definitely get it. This one I'll definitely get judged for. I just found this at Barnes & Noble along with the Digimon soundtrack, and I was like, what the heck, I'll buy it. And there's not a lot of good songs on here, but I just looked at it and I was like, why not? It's the Pokemon 2000 soundtrack. Yeah, it is. I had the Pokemon the first movie soundtrack way back when, and that had some good songs on it. This one, the best song on here is the Angela Via track, Wonderland. The rest of this is not the best. Yeah, there's a really weird Weird Al Yankovic song where he recites all the Pokemon. Well, not all of them, obviously, because a lot of them came out after this movie. And this is one I'm lucky to get halves, because this is my good friend Josie Slack CD, A Man in the Making. I'm sure a lot of you probably wondering where I got this. I used to go to school with Josie Slack. And he had a CD, and he was handed out for $5, so I bought it. And Joe, I know Joe's probably watching this. He has a YouTube channel. And Joe, you did a great job with this. I mean, I was really impressed. I didn't quite know what to expect with a CD, but there are some really cool songs on here. And I can't say go out and buy this, because Joe isn't a household name yet, sadly. But, Joe, great job. And I got the We Are the In Crowd, Guaranteed to Disagree. Opens it up, has them. I already showed this to you. And I went to, a couple weekends ago, I went to the Rocket Summers concert. It was at a very tiny, very shady club called The Venue, aptly titled. And there I bought his CD, Do You Feel. I already had the song, Do You Feel the song, before this, but I decided to get the rest of the song. The rest of the CD, I'm sorry. And it has some I love the CD. Almost every song, pretty much every song on here is an instant classic. I saw the Rocket Summer himself was probably one of the best concerts I've ever been to. Last one, most recent one, I got this just for one song. It's the Scott Pilgrim soundtrack. And I got this for the Metric song, Black Sheep, which is kind of sad because it doesn't have Brie Larson's vocals on it, which is the song version you heard in the movie. And What's really cool is that it has all Sex Bomb songs and songs by Crash and the Boys, including such classics as I'm So Sad, So Very, Very Sad, and of course We Hate You, Please Die. And probably the coolest song on here is Anthems for a 17-Year-Old Girl by Broken Social Scene. That's a great song. For some reason, whenever I hear that song, I'm like, it makes you feel like you're walking through the snow or something. Maybe that's just me. I've got a lot of other CDs I can't show you. I bought on iTunes. I have other soundtracks to other movies like TMNT and The Invisible, and I got Punk Goes Pop Volume 3 CDs from like Amber Pacific and Steve Jablonsky and This Providence. This Providence is great. Yeah. Amber Pacific used to be great, but then they dumped the lead singer, and now they sound like any other band. So those were all my CDs. Some of you might care, some of you might not, but Friends of 227 is out.